back with more Nolan movies, and this is gonna be a little weird chronologically, because again, I saw this before watching Falling, funny enough, because they were showing this film in theaters, and personally, any movie that's gonna come out, because they're doing a little thing in a theater that's a little lengthy, but I think it's worth it, of Christopher Nolan movies that are showing in theaters. So anytime I have, let's say, not busy to go see it, I'm gonna check it out. And this was one of them, because I just love Nolan, and his movies are made to be first seen in theaters, and that's what this film was made for. And yeah, the movie is gonna be weird. It's gonna be a chronologically weird review. But I'm gonna put it in the schedule of like so I'm gonna like edit the playlist where it looks more normal, but it's gonna be uploaded weirdly, kind of like what a Nolan movie is. So just work with it. It's like Nolan. It might be a little weird, but it might be worth it. But anyways, the movie we're talking about is Dunkirk. Dunkirk is a historic action drama, and it's World War II in this little place called Dunkirk, where a bunch of soldiers are pretty much they're pretty much there, and they need to get back home, and the whole mission is to get all these soldiers back home. And yeah, the film's written and directed by Christopher Nolan, known for the films The Dark Knight, Interstellar, and Inception. And yeah, this film, I went to see this movie with my girlfriend in theaters, because again, I want to see a lot of his movies in theaters, so this was fun to see it in theaters for the first time, and it was made for it. This film is amazing. It is a beautiful shot film. Some consider this to be his masterpiece, and I can see that. This is everything you expect from a Nolan film. It has that weird chronological time thing as well, but it's also very realistic and gripping and tense. I'm talking fucking, you're holding your seat because you're like, holy shit, these planes. And yeah, I love this movie. This movie is another fantastic film. Of course, the film's runtime is 106 minutes. It's PG-13 in color, and I loved every minute of this film. This is a well-made movie. It is damn gripping from beginning to end. And when you hear, I swear, the theater I was in, when you hear that fucking plane, it's like you're you're shitting yourself. And the gunshots too are like, holy smokes, they're terrifying. They're terrifying and also loud, where you're like, oof. That beginning of the movie, damn near shit. I almost pooped myself. I was like, oh my god, that was so like loud and so like, oh shit. Anyways, the performances are good. Again, this is not a character-driven film. Of course, the most complaints I've heard from Dunkirk is that there's not much of a character arc or much of like story between characters, which I don't mind it for this kind of film, because this is a realistic take of what you're gonna expect. Like, not every character is gonna have this arc, this like story where it's like, oh, my father died in the war or some shit. This is more realistic in a way where you're down with the characters and you're like there with them, and it's more gripping in a way, in my opinion, where you don't need to like be explaining who these characters are, where they're from. You could just, there's little details of things that are very interesting, and I thought that was good. And there's not much dialogue, I gotta say. Between the soldiers, they ain't shit. They ain't little to no dialogue, which you can expect from a realistic war movie. They're not gonna fucking talk each other. They're just there to do their job sometimes, and because you don't want to make friends in the war, because it might bite you in the butt. And yeah, I thought the performances are pretty good for what it is. Of course, let's talk about the actors in the movie. You got, I'd say, the main guy from Dunkirk. He's just there. He's pretty much freaking in the war, ladies and gentlemen. He's pretty much just in the war doing his thing, and he's trying to get back home. And he has a little friend, I guess, who's there with him. And yeah, I thought it was good. The guy did pretty good. And you got, of course, the most famous person in this film. Harry Styles is in this one. And he's good. He's good in the movie. Of course, I'm going to say it from now, because no, the man's movie filmography ain't the best. It's not, I'm not going to blame the guy. But it's also Christopher Nolan. He can make a fucking bum look good in a movie. And you got to give it that. But Harry Styles was good. He was interesting. And you also got Barry Keoghan. When he was first in movies, like in his first roles, and he's there pretty much, let's say, he wants to help people. He wants to be a part of the war and help out. And I like Barry Keoghan. He was good. Mark Rylance, who's same thing. He's in the boat. He's trying to help capture all the heroes and get them home safely. And I liked him. He had the most character, I'd say, in the movie. He had the most character with more dialogue, and just there's more character to work with him. And I liked the character. I thought it was really good. And you got also Cillian Murphy, which that's the main reason, ladies and gentlemen, why we're talking about Nolan, is because Oppenheimer's coming out in a few weeks. So it's cool seeing Cillian in this. He's the shivering soldier who's seen some shit. Something happened in the war that you never see, but this man is pretty much fucked. He's just shivering and he's fucked up. And I thought Cillian Murphy did amazing as the shivering soldier. He's so realistic and just a man who just wants to go back home after the shit that he's seen. So it was good. I thought Cillian was good. We also got, what's this guy, Kenneth Branagh, who's this, he's like the leader who's there, and he's like, okay, just wants to go home. He's like the British, man. He's like, this is the most British movie ever. If you're like from British, or even if you're not from British, you feel like you're fucking like, you're British. Like if I was gonna say it, like it's like American, like I feel American, I feel fucking British after watching this. Like, let's go freaking Britain. And it's great. I like the captain. We also got the guy, what's the actor's name? He was in Agent Carter, who's like the captain as well, who there's not much dialogue with him. He's just there for fucks, I guess. And yeah, I thought the performances are damn good because everybody is realistic in a way. And again, this is not the most character-driven movie, so you're not gonna expect a story between characters like, oh man, my father, they went to the war. Oh god, I've seen these people kill each other. Shit like that. They're very silent. They're very like to themselves, and I enjoyed that. The direction though by Christopher Nolan, fuck me, man. This is such a well-made movie. This is a damn well-directed movie. The writing is good too. It's really fun, really interesting, and it's just gripping. It's very tense, and it's beautiful. I gotta say, there's times where I'm seeing this movie, I'm like, damn, this is beautiful. This is a beautiful looking movie. Anyway, yeah, but the writing is good. The chemistry is solid between everybody. Everybody's pretty good for what their roles are. Everybody works well together. Oh, I forgot. Tom Hardy's in this movie. How the fuck do I forget Bane? Yeah, he's just a pilot, and he's great. He's like another great character where he's just there saving people by killing all the opposing pilots, and it's great. I thought Tom Hardy was cool to see Tom, and it was fun. The music by Hans Zimmer. This is, again, another just beautiful score by Hans Zimmer. He's a master composer. He's one of the best, and geez Louise, the score for this movie is amazing. The cinematography by Hoyt Van is just beautiful. This is such a beautiful shot movie. This is so well made. The cinematography for Dunkirk is astonishing in a way, and how they do scenes, I don't know how the fuck. There's some times where I'm watching this movie, I'm just like, how the fuck did you do this? How did you do that? And you're just there like, just in awe of like the things that you're seeing on screen. And I thought the cinematography is fantastic, and just an amazing movie. I love Dunkirk. This is another beautiful movie from Nolan, and it's just a master class of what this man is. He's one of the best directors working today, and he's a fan. And I love this movie. I really do. Is that the most character-driven movie ever? I mean, the characters are not really. They're there to be the characters, and you can get little hints of what they are as in the past, and I liked it. This didn't have to have like a character-driven movie. It could have just been Dunkirk. The movie is not called Dunkirk and Jimmy John or whatever the fuck. It's Dunkirk, the moment, the event that occurred during Dunkirk, and I felt like they displayed it beautifully. So for that, I'm gonna give Dunkirk a 5 out of 5 stars. This is a fantastic film. I loved every minute. By the end, I fucking cried. I swear I teared up because I was just like, wow, this is so powerful. By the end, it's just the moment is so powerful that it gets me teary-eyed just thinking about it. And my God, Nolan, just glad that we got you as a filmmaker. So, guys, those are my thoughts for Dunkirk, and I'll see you guys in the next review.